Aloha, my name is Susan Szabo and I live in Kailua, Hawaii, and I'm a platinum with Young Living. Today I want to talk to you briefly about something that's near and dear to my heart. But before I do, I'll give you a little bit of my background. I have been a professional artist for 30 years, a massage therapist for about 12, and I used to teach massage therapy back in the day for about 3 years. My husband and I traveled the world with painting, teaching and organizing painting workshops. So I've led a very interesting life. And when I discovered Young Living, it was a huge aha moment for me. Now, I love what I do, and so that's why I want to tell you about the importance of health, nutrition, good products, good environment. And the reason that I'm so passionate is about 2 years ago, I was absolutely almost taken out by a bacterial infection on my heart, hence the cleavage, the scar. And I had 4 strokes, a heart attack, and a concussion, all caused by just a random bacterial infection that got me. So now I know the importance of staying strong, boosting my immune system, surrounding myself with healthy products, and taking really good care of myself. So let's talk just for a second about Young Living. Now, I wasn't like an OM kind of Young Living essential oil kind of gal. I do love our oils, but I started learning about chemicals. So when I talk about chemicals, for me, I'd hear about chemicals in products and I think, it's like organic. Years ago when we'd hear about things being organic, thought, oh, organic, that's awesome. But look at those beautiful strawberries at the store. They're not organic. How bad can it be if they're not organic? I'll take them home and wash them. And then I saw this, a strawberry field being sprayed by guys in hazmat suits. And that kind of blew my mind. So I had the same experience with chemicals because there is something in the world called greenwashing. It's like whitewashing. It's when chemical companies or companies with chemicals in their products make things look clean and green and earth friendly, and they're not really. So I discovered, yes, there are toxic chemicals in my products, and not just toxic chemicals, but lots and lots of toxic chemicals. Kind of blew my mind in our cleaners, personal care products, animal products, makeup, everywhere. And I was kind of shocked when I found that out. So let's do a little education because honestly, and I'm speaking from my heart because I was 60 before I knew about this. And I kind of feel like, how did I not know? And when I tell people now, they say, well, how's that possible? They can't possibly do that. Well, they possibly can. They possibly can do what they want because chemicals are unregulated. So what are fragrances? Any one product can contain up to 300 fragrance chemicals. And there's thousands of chemicals that make up fragrances. So when you're buying lemon scented blah, 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 guess what you're buying? There's no lemons in that. So our household cleaners, this is what's in our products: ammonia, chlorine, sodium, on and on and on. These were my products that I gathered up and got rid of once I discovered that. There's also chemicals in candles. So people were saying, oh, you need to use a diffuser and not chemicals. But I had all of these beautiful smelling candles. I promise you, if you have a candle in your house that smells like apple pie or cinnamon raisin, it's not. It has never seen cinnamon or raisin or apple pie. It's full of chemicals, fragrances, chemical fragrances. And also paraffin wax, when you burn it, it turns into a carcinogen. I had no idea. What about laundry detergent? In our fabric softener and in our laundry detergent, we are cleaning our baby, animal, family products in chemicals, and then we're like lying in them in bed and wearing them on our clothes. Dental products, our kids are brushing their teeth, we're brushing our teeth with things that have chemicals. If you don't understand this, if you don't know what sodium lauryl sulfate is, Google it. There's something called bioaccumulation. Bioaccumulation means that our bodies are not designed to process chemicals because they weren't there. It's not a natural thing. So some chemicals accumulate in our bodies. They're not flushed out. Some are, some aren't. All of these different products are going into and onto our bodies every single day, and some of them aren't leaving the chemicals in these. They say the average woman leaves the house with about 160 chemicals on her body. Crazy. So our skin is our largest organ, and if we're putting chemicals onto our skin, guess what? Going into our bodies. I don't know if you saw this in the news recently, a mom who bought their child a makeup palette at Claire's, which I've done several times in my life for my daughter. had it taken and tested, and they discovered asbestos. Also 17 other products at that store. Now, this is true across the board. It's not just Claire's. It's pretty much anything you get in a department store. What are the chemicals in most makeup? Parabens, synthetic colors, synthetic fragrances. I already talked about formaldehyde, phthalates, lead in our makeup, and then other things we can't pronounce. So I read this article, and then I went to the environmental working group. I looked at some of these products, and I saw this list of lipsticks that have lead in them. Mine, number one. I had worn the same lipstick for 30 years. My lips, well, actually, I've been wearing makeup for 48 years. So probably before that, I was also wearing lead. But my CoverGirl makeup, lipstick, lead. Seriously, it's crazy. So what are the side effects of these chemicals? Hormone disruption, linked to cancer, trigger allergies, asthma, headaches, on and on. You read this. Now, when I was a kid, I don't know about you, if anyone's old enough to remember, I do not ever remember meeting a kid with an allergy to peanuts or to anything that was serious that they needed some kind of EpiPen. I didn't know anyone with ADD, ADHD, autism, none of that when I was young growing up. And they're saying, research is showing a lot of these things are linked to the chemicals in our products. This is my baby girl when she was 7. She's 22 now. She hates me probably for showing this, but we used to make like shapes with her shampoo. We'd bubble it up and do all these fun things. Like we do bunny ears, we did all this fun stuff. Well, there's an app called Think Dirty. I checked on what Johnson & Johnson No Tears baby shampoo had in it. Look at this, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, that's how it scores on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of toxic. So what are you using? I went through our local pharmacy or drugstore, and I was scanning on the Think Dirty app all of these products that say they're for babies, and there were 8 or 9 out of 10. They say over 1 million children under the age of 6 are currently on psychiatric drugs. It's horrific. So I started throwing out all of this. Is, I think, my 4th or 5th container of chemicals that I threw out. So Young Living, we have about 600 chemical-free products. I would love it if you use ours. You don't have to use ours. Just please Google what you use. Be at peace with what you use. I'm very, very passionate, and mostly because I just feel ridiculous that I had no idea what I was using. So please do your research. Google chemicals in and name your product and find out what's in it. Thank you for spending some time with me. Please reach out to me on Facebook or Messenger, or the person who shared this with you. Please reach out if you have any questions. Aloha. Have a fabulous day.